Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick vlog and let you know what was going on since I haven't really posted much of anything lately. The last you saw me, I was in Louisiana, and now I'm in Michigan, just outside of Detroit. And the fun part was when I left Louisiana, it was 80 degrees and some change. Today is April 4th, 2018. Let me take you over here and show you what's going on up in the Great White North. How well you can see this. It's snowing today. Yep. Little bit sticking to the ground in the front yard, bit more in the back. Anywho, so there's a little bit of my weird life. Within 48 hours, I went from 80 degrees and 90% humidity to the day I got here, it was 22 degrees and snowing, which I really wanted more than anything else. I was so tired of the heat in the South. My friends who live in the South always ask me how I can stand it up in places like this where it's cold, and I tell them very simply, I don't get eaten by mosquitoes, and I can't stand mosquitoes. So anyway, I'm set up here in a friend of mine's garage, of all places, because I'll take any place that I can possibly get to set up my equipment and work in. It's the nature of a traveling blacksmith. Let's see what I've got laying around. There's a rose in the vise that needs to be finished. A couple of railroad spikes in the forge because, well, I'm going to a show in the South and people buy railroad spike knives. I've got some, where am I? Over there. I got a few more roses, kitchen knife, some other small pieces that I'm finishing up. I got a bunch more crap in a box that I've done. So it's kind of strange how it works out. This is the nature of my weird traveling life, which is why I wanted to do this video really quick and give you an idea of what I do. There are times where in very little notice that I will end up packing up and driving a great distance to get somewhere. So like I said, I was in New Orleans, and I was getting really tired of the weather, and I was going to hit the road about a month earlier and just didn't end up doing it, got stuck down there. A friend of mine up here had an emergency, so her car had broken, and it was preventing her from going to work. So, being the type of person I am, I packed up all my crap and drove. It was over 1,000 miles. I don't remember exactly how far it was, but it was long. It was supposed to be a 16-hour drive. It turned into a 20-plus, almost 21-hour drive to get up here, which is ridiculous. And then, when I got up here, it was snowing, which I actually prefer, believe it or not. But, yeah, this is what I'm doing. And this is Wednesday, April 4th, as I mentioned before, and it's snowing up here. It's 35 degrees right now. It's going to get cooler throughout the course of the day. It's only 10 in the morning right now as I'm speaking. And tomorrow morning, about 4 o'clock a.m., about 4 a.m. or so, I'm going to get up, jump in my truck, just parked outside that window, which you can't see. It's all bright light out there. And I'm going to drive all the way back down to damn near where I came from. I'm going to the Lumberton Pirate and Viking Festival in Lumberton, Mississippi, which is only an hour and a half away from where I drove up here from. So, drove all the way up here, spent 3 weeks, and I'm driving all the way back down. The worst part is, after I fixed my friend's car, actually I've been up here for about a month, about 4 weeks now. I spent 3.5 of those weeks, or 3 of those weeks, absolutely sick, just in a basement. Well, in a basement bedroom, not just, randomly in a basement, but, in a basement, curled up on a bed, passed out for 2.5, almost 3 weeks of the time I've been up here. So now it's crunch time. I'm spending as much time humanly possible to try and get as many projects done as I can, so I have at least something to open the show with, to sell. And of course, I'll have my forge set up and all that stuff so I can make more while I'm there. I'll be doing demonstrations during the day and actually making product and stuff. And, the show is Friday, Saturday. I'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to make more stuff. And then the last closing weekend. And I'll probably hang out for a few days, make a few more things. I've got about a 2-week lag time. And then I go to the Tennessee Festival, which I wasn't going to do this year. But I will be at Tennessee this year running the Badger Blades booth. So for those of you who are in the Nashville area, you can come up there. And I'm right behind the Bazaar stage. Bazaar. Bazaar is in Marketplace, not Bazaar is in, oh my god, how bizarre. So I'll be right behind the Bazaar stage. I'm the only tent there. You can't miss me, even if there's not a sign out in front of the tent. Big white pavilion, behind a stage. I'm the only one there. And it's the booth full of swords and knives and axes and stuff, so you can't really miss me. And I'll be there for a month. And then immediately thereafter, I go to the Blade Show in Atlanta. And then, I believe, the West Virginia fair. So I'm going to go from Atlanta all the way to West Virginia, do the festival there for 4 weeks, and then it's all the way out to Colorado. So that's my schedule starting tomorrow morning. Drive 1,000 miles. It's 15.5 hour drive from here, or 14 hours, according to Gurgle Merps. 14 hours. And yeah, that'll be the beginning of a really crazy run. Except for the 2 weeks I have between the end of the Lumberton Festival and the beginning of Tennessee. It's going to be a mad, mad run, like no rest for the wicked. So, here's a slice of my ridiculous on-the-road life. So, if you guys are around any of the... I've got a crap English, I can speak it. I've got a crap ton more video that's already been shot on various different subjects. I just haven't gotten around to editing any of it because I've been sick. And when I've not been sick, I've been in here working like a crazy person trying to finish up some of these projects. To give you an idea how badly I'm lagged, if you want to know just how bad some of my lag time can run. This is why I routinely tell my customers my custom order wait period can be years. Typically, I try to keep it down to a couple of months, but I more or less tell them it's going to be a year, year and a half-ish. This blade, ba-ting, this is a 10-inch chef's knife that I forged on the, let's see, how did this go? The fall equinox on, I think it was the 21st maybe of August, just this past year, 2017. There was a full moon and an eclipse, and I forged this blade on that eclipse. And I've just gotten around to doing the finish grind on it. I'm almost done. I'll do the finish grind in the temper, and then that'll be unfortunately get mailed to its recipient. This is for somebody who's actually here in Detroit, but unfortunately I'm not going to be done by the time, or I won't be here by the time it's finished. So sadly that one's going to have to get mailed. And here's another piece that I forged that same day. This is actually, you can't see it because it's covered in scale. This is actually 88 layer Damascus steel, 1095 and 15 and 20. It's going to be finished ground into a 12-inch or 10 or 12-inch dagger for another customer. And these two both have to get finished and get out of here. Another interesting little tidbit of my life. Sometimes, because I travel and, opportunities to set up and work are limited sometimes, and a lot of times my work time is eaten into by illness and injury and things like that. Like last year, I spent 6 months largely incapable of working due to a hernia, and then I had it fixed and couldn't do anything for a couple of months after that. Sometimes, it's really, 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 really hard to keep up with my production schedule. So, and where this unfortunately manifests itself most commonly, English, I speak it, is sometimes when I get custom orders from people, it can take quite some time to get them finished. Mainly because I have to fill my time with keeping up with my regular stock that keeps me fed, So when you're living largely a hand-to-mouth existence, which unfortunately I do, sometimes custom orders lag behind, and I feel really bad for that. But my goal for this next few run of shows is by the time I get done with West Virginia and get to Colorado, to hopefully have enough money to lease a permanent shop. Because honestly, I'm getting tired of traveling. I enjoy traveling, I'll never stop traveling, but I'm tired of traveling full time. I would like to travel a few shows a year and basically spend the rest of my time working in my own shop where I can keep a normal production schedule, and also where I can keep, apprentices, so I can have just me working in here, So hopefully all this will work out for this time. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's really about it. So keep an eye on my webpage, wolfstenforts.com, on the events page. Sometimes events get added, sometimes events gets taken away. I usually post at the top of the page, to list what I'm doing. At the very top it says updated on this date, whichever date was last I updated. So keep an eye on that. And you'll be able to see all the shows that I'm going to, where they're located, information about them. So if you ever want to come out and be on the road, by all means, come by and say hello. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and see you down the road.